Cancer, and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I'm still shuffling the cards. I'm sorry. Carl, you start the week in exactly the same as Pisces. Queen of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. So loads of passion, loads of stability. Just give me a minute. They can represent other people in your life. This would be an earth sign person or a fire sign person, but for some reason, Cancer, I'm getting these about your qualities. I don't know why. It's about the ones are about our life force. Okay, it's about applying our life force to maybe quite practical matters in our life, like finances, housing, nurturing ourselves, caring for others. There's also a real transformative energy around both these cards. The peacock gets its tail by eating its thorns, and which is our past hurts, past failures, all these things which make us who we are. Okay, and the ones are the fire is healing energy. It transforms things. So there's a huge, powerful energy around you, Cancer. I'm just doing your additional guidance card. Oh, you got two. Oh my gosh, everyone keeps getting two. First one is truth be told, and the other one is not for you. Okay, I'll come back to these. The crowning card is the Ace of Swords, clarity. Sometimes it's double-edged, that Ace of Swords. Because as you get clarity, we don't always like what we see. Yeah, you know when you think, oh, this would be a great new job or a great new lover, and we walk down that line and we realise it's not quite what we wanted. Okay, so the Ace of Swords can have a double meaning, but the aces are always gifts. And when we realise sometimes what we've been offered isn't what we want, and we find the strength to walk away, that's when we turn into the queens and the kings. That's what makes us truly great human beings, okay? Which you are, Cancer. Bottom of the deck, Three of Discs, working with others, basically. Okay, that it's just a card of cooperation. It's a work card. And it's about learning to work with other people in a way that everyone's has their own duty. No one dominates, no one controls. There's an equality of energy. And that's also how we get to be the kings and the queens, Cancer. I'm going to come back to these additional guidance cards, okay? You then move to the King of Cups. Now, that's what I mean. It's almost like a lot of lessons have been learned here, okay? And please don't blame me. I'm sorry, but sometimes I get so much hate for delivering a message, but we become the kings and the queens through the maturing process, and the maturing process is quite often based on things not being what we thought they were going to be, okay? And I think that's really what that not for you means. There's a great depth to your personality this week. There's a great strength to your personality. I think it came from being straightforward in your relating with other people, and that's what the truth be told is. It's with the Five of Wands, okay? So no one's perfect. The Five of Wands is still having your heart and head pulled in different directions. Sometimes we're not sure, shall I go up, shall I go down, backwards and forwards, okay? There can be I find the Five of Wands quite a difficult energy to manage because it feels like an inner stress. But the inner stress is because there's so much change going on, and maybe you've been pushed and pulled in different directions, okay? But the trick is to stay with this king, okay? Because the C is the emotions, okay? It's not only your emotions, it's everyone's emotions, okay? And this king does not lose his cool when other people are pulling him in to dramas, to their issues, and to their conflicts. He still loves them because he's the King of Cups, but he doesn't step off his throne to get involved with other people's issues. That might only be for a few people, but we lose most of our balance. Sometimes it's through our own behaviours, and quite often it's getting involved in bickering with other people. This Three of Discs wants maybe more cooperation, more, I've got my job to do and you've got yours and let's work it out together rather than bickering, okay? So there might have to be some straightforward communication here. That's what truth be told is. That's what the Ace of Swords is. It's about clarity. Some of you might have made a decision to walk away from something, and that's what the not for you means. But in doing so, you seem to have really changed your energy, Cancer. You know, sort of moving into a much more powerful position. And again, we do it and we become the kings and queens the hard way, basically. So you then move to the 4 and 2 of discs. So these are almost two different impulses completely, look. So the 4 of discs is protecting your resources, and the 2 of discs is letting go of something you're holding on to. It goes over the rainbow to become something else. And that's something else. So it might be investing in a new college course. Would be a classic example of the 2 of discs. Yeah. So you have to let go of one of the discs you're holding on to, so it becomes something greater in the long run. But you might have a bit of a conflicting impulse here between protecting the resources you do have and in following a bit of a dream. You might have to release something you're holding on to, basically. That's quite interesting. Sometimes, some cancers might be called to work a bit less, that sort of thing, so they can invest more of their time on spiritual matters, because behind it is the 8 of Cups with the King of Swords. So the 8 of Cups, some cancers can be walking away from something, by the way, because you've got this and you've got not for you, okay? Some can be wanting to go on a bit of a deeper spiritual search. The 8 of Cups is someone who wants a 10, and they might have decided that there's something not for them, and they want something richer and something more. And it's with the King of Swords, which is a bit like the Ace. It's a gift of clarity. But the King of Swords, like the King of Cups, doesn't lose his rag. He's very, very cool. He makes clear-cut decisions. He doesn't get lost in thinking loops. He's very cool, very, what's that word? The observer mind. So he doesn't get lost in extremes of behaviour or discriminating. He just makes really calm, very level-headed decisions, and he carries out what he needs to. So some cancers might have made a decision that there's something not for them this week. And for some cancers, there's some straightforward talking needing to be done. But see, to tell you the truth, you've got 2 queens and 2 kings. Now, that is some huge personal mastery here. Some cancers might be walking away from this king, okay? I've definitely got an image of that's a decision. I don't know who he is, but some cancers might have made a decision, or I think that's only for a few people. But some of you have made a definite decision that they want something more in their lives. It might be about spirituality, because he'd also be about meditating. That's his most highest essence. At his lowest essence, he's a narcissistic pig. by the way. I'm sorry, I've got to say that. Very cut off from his heart. But every card's got a really, really low denominator, and every card's got a really high one. I don't know. At its highest, these cards are the ultimate spiritual search. Okay? You want peace of mind, you want depth of mind, and some people are walking away from something. I have got no idea. It's only a general reading, but hugely powerful week. A huge week of really coming into your own, Cancer. And you know what? I love seeing that for you. I don't know why, of all the signs. I think it's because you're such carers and nurturers, and it's so great to see you in such a empowered position, even though there's going to be push and pull. The impulse to hold on to what you've got is all there. That is an archetypal theme for every single human being, Cancer. We've all got the same conditioning and impulses, but you know what my advice is? Keep walking. I like it. I am really intrigued what your next week's reading is going to bring about now. Okay, Cancer, and you can get me through the email in the About section of my channel. And loads of love, Cancer. Bye.